Hey!
Hello and welcome to episode 33
1/3 of the way to a century.
of the SolarQuotes Vodcast after a 2-week break for the school holidays.
Yeah.
How was your school holidays, Ronald?
I tried holidaying in the school, but the caretaker sent me out. What can I say?
You'll get that.
Yep.
You want to be careful, you'll get put on a list.
Nah. People love me. Oh, wait. Could be a problem.
We love you, Ronald. Okay, today we will talk about dynamic solar export limits, 25-year solar panel product warranties, 7 ways to get rid of unwanted solar panels. What else have I got in my paper here? The Australian Battery Energy Storage System Standard, which is getting a lot of people into a lather.
It involves concrete.
It does. Cracker's hydrogen cracker.
Oh, yeah.
And last but not least, New Zealand's incredible renewable energy percentage.
It's not that incredible. I could have done better.
And the meat
They
in
were
the middle.
too busy beating us at rugby.
The meat in the middle of the sandwich will be our regular best and worst review of the week.
Righto, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Dynamic solar export limits. SA's smart way to integrate more solar. So
Yes.
this is interesting, I think, because there's lots of problems with high grid voltages.
Yes, definitely.
Solar systems essentially pushing electricity onto the grid, pushes the voltage up. The more solar you get, the bigger a problem it becomes. And at some point, something's going to break and we're going to have to do something relatively drastic. Lots of people have lots of solutions. One interesting one that UTS, University of Technology in Sydney, is looking at is reactive power control.
Yep.
So that's individual inverters looking at the grid voltage and changing how much reactive power they push out. I don't quite understand how that works, but I went to a presentation and apparently it works.
Oh, good.
Whereas this is SA Power Networks. They've got a plan to have a kind of command and control here
Yes.
that monitors the network, and then it sends commands to all the individual inverters saying, hey, reduce your output. Hey, you can have a big output. Hey, you reduce your export. Which is an interesting approach.
Yes, it's interesting.
What do you think about it?
I think the basic problem is a matter of the incentives are incorrect. So places like California, they look at the value of having clean electricity go to the grid, and they say, well, this has got environmental and health benefits, therefore it's worthwhile spending to upgrade the grid to take benefit and not waste the clean energy. So I'm just heavily implying that if we valued the clean electricity properly, a lot of our grid over voltage problems would disappear, because we would make damn sure we weren't wasting this clean electricity unless there was no other effective choice.
I absolutely agree. I think all these schemes can kind of help, but they're kind of putting out fires.
Yeah.
And they're not looking at the root cause of the problem, as you say, is do we value a clean grid that can accept bi-directional electricity? And if we do, let's spend the billions of dollars it's going to take to upgrade the grid, because a modern nation should absolutely have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of all these band-aids, let's just fix the grid.
Yeah.
Let's just invest in it. Let's just decide, I don't know, nation building.
Yes. The band-aids can still be good, but they're just band-aids.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, there's been a lot of kerfuffle this week about an Australian battery energy storage system standard that's been released.
Yes.
Now, this isn't mandatory. It's just a standard sitting there on its own. It's not referenced in any legislation yet.
Yes, but that could happen.
So you don't have to follow it at the moment. Good luck explaining to someone why you're installing a battery, not to the standard though.
Yeah.
I haven't read the standard yet. I will read it. I'm just steeling myself to pay $300 for a bloody 50-page PDF or whatever it is.
That's disgraceful.
That's a joke.
Australia, pick the pants up on this.
The main kerfuffle is about this. You need cement sheeting or some other non-combustible material
I
in
heard
certain
that
dwellings.
asbestos works great for stopping fires.
You need 600 meters from either side and 900 meters.
600 meters. Oh my god.
600 millimeters.
Oh, right.
From each side, 900 millimeters on the top. So making that look nice is going to be interesting.
Yeah, you need a nice big concrete panel there.
Yeah, now you only need it if it's on a
So-
combustible wall.
60 centimeters and then nearly a
Yeah.
meter.
So certain walls like brick, you're not going to need it.
Yeah. Brick, concrete.
But yeah, and there's a lot of regulations about where you can put the battery. You can't put it too close to a window. I'm pretty confident the Powerwall 2 in my house wouldn't be allowed where it is because it's quite close to one of my windows.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if it classes straw and clay as a combustible material.
Straw, does straw burn?
Should be all right.
Yeah, should be fine.
What do you think about this standard? Do you think everyone's right to be up in arms about it?
Okay, I would definitely want a fire shield for some batteries. I lack confidence. But I think, if a battery can demonstrate that it's not going to set houses on fire,
Yeah.
then it's not necessary. But you have to think, how many of these batteries have been installed? How long have they been operating? Will there be some sort of, as they get older, something happen to make them more dangerous? So, yes, we don't have a huge amount of information at this time. There are some I feel more confident about.
Yeah, not all batteries are equal. Some batteries have had a lot more testing than other batteries.
Yeah. Tesla, because they make cars, and cars have strict safety standards, I'd feel a lot better about them and their battery packs. I mean, I could be wrong, they could be rubbish but when it comes to fires, but I assume they've got it right. Actually, no, I remember reading that they went through some considerable fire testing for the Powerwalls. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Look, I'd be confident just to pluck 3 brands out, I'd be confident in the Teslas, I'd be confident in the LGs, I'd be confident in the Sonans.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure they've got the safety
I'm not a fan of
covered.
the company or the culture, but their engineering, I'm sure, is first class.
Mm-hmm.
So those guys must be spewing that they've got to conform to these standards,
Yeah.
even though their batteries are so safe. I think if the manufacturer can prove that they've gone above and beyond in testing, I think they should be able to get a waiver from this scheme. Standards, I mean. I'll read it and write about it
Yeah.
when I can find $300 down the side of the sofa to pay for it. Anything else you want to say about this standard?
No, just fire bad.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, it's good. We need a battery standard, but we need some pragmatism in there.
Yeah.
Because batteries, they're meant to be going down in price. This has just
Yes.
pushed them
Yep.
massively
Up
up
again.
in price. Next story: Q-Cells bumping up Australian solar panel product warranty. Now this is really interesting. Q-Cells, I like your panels. I don't like your PR department. Sorry, they're like. Here's a quote from Q-Cells. Q-Cells is proud to be the first major manufacturer to be offering 25-year product warranties on all its premium products from Korea.
Right.
They're kind of implying that they're the first major manufacturer to have a 25-year product warranty on their solar panels.
Yes.
Which is absolute horseshit because you've got SunPower, REC, LG, Hyundai, Q-Cells, SolarQuotes, which I think is a 30-year product
30-year
warranty.
product warranty, yep.
And Q-Cells, you're a bit late to the party, which is fine. Thank you for bumping up your product warranties, but then claiming you're the first ones to do it.
No, you've just got to pass that sentence correctly. I'm sure it's correct in some convoluted sense.
Yeah.
Yes. On all their premium products from Korea. So, yeah, LG, but they didn't call their panels premium products, you see. And anyway, go on.
So, would you buy a solar panel without a 25-year product warranty?
If I was planning to move really soon, I wouldn't, because that would be wrong. And I think the people moving into the house deserve to have a good quality solar system. And it's so cheap to get a 25-year product warranty now. The premium is so small compared to what it used to be. I'd definitely consider it.
How long before all the major manufacturers are offering 25-year product warranty, do you think?
Difficult to say. It could be a few years. It could happen overnight. Jinko could say, yes, we have considered the matter carefully and we are now offering a 25-year product warranty. And everyone else will be going, oh dear, we have to catch up.
Yeah, it's pretty compelling because it's going to be very hard for these manufacturers to get out of the 25-year product warranty. Whereas with the performance warranty, it would be easier. I
Yes.
still think it wouldn't be possible under Australian consumer law, but
It
I
should
don't know of
not
any
be.
precedents yet.
I'm not a lawyer.
Yeah.
Some people are very concerned that these companies won't be around in 25 years. that is definitely a possibility.
Who knows?
But if the panels are good quality, if they have the ability to last 25 years, well, you're unlikely to need to make a warranty claim.
Yeah.
So,
look, if you see a no-name brand offering a 25-year product warranty, then they've got no brand to protect. But when you've got the big brands, that's a brand worth billions, and they've got to protect it. They're not going to give a 25-year product warranty unless they're confident.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. It's good news. Warranties
I like
more
it.
than doubling.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. But let's go on to...
We recycle all these papers,
Let's go on to panels that haven't lasted 25 years.
Oh.
7 ways, this is one of yours, Ronald, 7 ways to get rid of unwanted solar panels. So every now and again, solar panels do fail early.
Yeah, or they're not necessarily failed, but people say, ooh, I've got 4 or 8 panels and they've been there for years. I could have a big system. I'm going to take these off my roof, put in a new system, or, something along those lines. So you could have panels which are in good nick,
And
but just lying around.
And if they've fallen off the Clean Energy Council approved list, there's no market for them.
No.
Almost no market for them.
Yes.
Apart from maybe camping. There's a very, very small market for second-hand solar panels in Australia, because if you're putting a new system on your roof and you claim the STCs, those panels will basically be either free or almost as cheap as a second-hand solar panel. So why wouldn't you get a brand new one?
Do you want me to go through ways to get rid of them?
Yeah, I can prompt you if you've forgotten any.
Okay, so probably the best thing from your point of view is to sell them on eBay, Gumtree.
That's the one.
It. And you might get a few dollars for them. Don't expect a lot. Now, some people make coffee tables and so forth out of defunct tables. I didn't suggest that in the article because I was afraid someone would try to nail the legs to the solar panel and there'd be glass everywhere.
Our old mate Steve Zilm in the comments, he's making fences out of them.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I find that completely unoffensive.
Colour bond's expensive, mate.
That's right.
Why don't you use a free solar panel? Well, let's go through it. So sell them, give them away.
Give them away, yep.
Live where the council will take them for free and hope that they do something ethical with them.
Yeah.
Find a scrap dealer who will take them for free.
Yes.
Pay for them to be disposed as electronic waste. Most people probably don't want to do that.
Might be $10, $15 a panel.
Pay for them to be recycled.
Right, $30 a panel from Reclaim.
And did you know, I only learned this last week, what those guys do is they rip the aluminium off and recycle that.
Yes, very smart.
And they stack up the rest of the panel, waiting for both the economics and the technology to improve so they can actually recycle them properly.
They told me they had 2 processes for recycling them.
But they only make sense at very high volume,
Ah.
and they haven't got the volume yet.
Oh, I see.
That's what I believe. And what's this last one? Shove them where the sun doesn't shine.
Yes, stick them in your shed or somewhere like that, in a hole.
Now, there's a lot of people saying that there's an enormous toxic waste problem with solar, emerging problem. What do you think about that?
Solar panels are the least toxic form of electronic waste there is. I mean, we got a big TV up here. That's going to be full of a lot of electronic components, which will be a lot worse for you and the environment than a solar panel. The only thing that's dangerous is there's still some lead in the solder that's used. It's perhaps 1 gram per solar panel.
Bugger all.
If you threw solar panels into a landfill, there would be less lead in the solar panels than average dirt. So yeah,
So this
not really dangerous.
So we shouldn't be running around screaming about the impending toxic waste crisis.
No, you know what else uses lead in solar?
Go on.
Cars. And we just stack old cars in auto yards.
There's quite a lot of those around.
Yeah, no one gives a damn about the lead in them.
And I predict in 5 years there's going to be a lot of internal combustion engine cars that are basically unsellable.
Well, yes.
Going to scrap.
Certainly hope so.
Even the expensive German ones.
Yeah, just the only exception will be Hyundais because they keep going forever. But
And your car, that'll go in a museum.
yes,
In the Ronald Brackle's presidential library.
Like the Bonnie and Clyde car, yes.
So that was what to do with old solar panels. It's
Yeah.
not an impending huge problem. The processes exist to recycle them at scale.
Yep. Or not recycle them. What's worse for the future? No ice caps, no stable climate, or a load of old solar panels in a landfill. I'll go with the problem of what to do with old solar panels.
Agreed. Okay, are you ready for the best review of the week?
Oh, okay, hit me with it.
This is one of our SolarQuotes clients with the greatest solar installer name in the country, as voted for by me, Banana Solar.
Woo! Yes.
You must like that name, being a Queenslander.
Of course. Banana, my favourite fruit.
So this is a gentleman called Ian that bought a 7 kilowatt system for $7,300, which was Trina and Fronius.
Ooh.
Outstanding service from beginning to end. Great price, great system, highly recommended. Now, Ian got, I'm a bit worried about saying this, 6 quotes.
Yes.
I don't recommend you get 6 quotes. That's not typical. But he did. And that's his prerogative.
He's thorough.
And he chose Banana Solar. His system performs like a dream, outperforming his high expectations. And he reckons payback will be under 2 years. Wow.
Ooh.
He says, Banana Solar honestly care about doing a great job, and they went above and beyond to keep me happy. Even when my install proved to be very complicated, I could see how much work it was for them. They never complained.
That's great.
Yeah, so he also got solar analytics, so that makes me very happy.
Yeah.
He says, I paid a bit more to have solar analytics in my package so I can see production and consumption on my phone. And this almost makes as much difference as the solar in terms of savings. So he's using that information to turn off energy gobblers he didn't even know was on, and to optimize when to use things. And the other thing is, if anything goes wrong, he'll get a very early warning. Yeah, really, really happy. One really interesting thing that Banana Solar do is they will fly a drone over your roof. So they can build a really accurate 3D model.
Wow.
They'll build a 3D model, and then they'll show you the 3D model with the shade analysis on their computer. So all about instilling absolute trust and confidence in the installer.
Pretty groovy.
So good on you guys. Nice one. Great job. Yeah, $1,200 quarterly energy bill went down to $300.
Woo.
Maybe even less. Very happy. Now, someone that's not happy is Neville.
Uh-oh.
He went with a company called Solar Power Nation.
Uh-huh.
We've verified that he definitely went with Solar Power Nation. He proved it to us. He says that he had great installers. That's a good start.
That's good. Yeah, friendly people.
Great installers, finished before lunch. Then went on and did another installation. So these guys are doing 2 installations a day by the sound of it.
That's not unusual.
They finished the second one.
Depends on the size of the system.
The system started tripping out after 19 days of operation. Now, Neville says that he reckons he made 100 phone calls and 25 emails before a technician came round on June the 1st and diagnosed an inverter failure.
June the 1st, that's a long time.
He's saying too many panels on one string.
Oh.
If that's true,
Yeah.
the CEC accredited designer that designed that someone should have a word with him or her.
Definitely.
But then he says, good, we sent a new inverter, but no joy getting it installed. He went to fair trading and got a hearing. Solar Power Network was sent a tribunal hearing date. And amazingly managed to ring him within 20 minutes of receiving fair trading's email. Technician came, fitted new inverter, changed panel configuration. System appears to be working fine so far. So, right.
Well, yes, at least he got satisfaction after a lot of trouble. And, 6 months?
I don't understand how a accredited designer can get a design wrong. Like, when there's so many software tools, even available for free, where you say, I've got this many panels in this configuration with this inverter, and it will say, boom, yes, that'll work. Yeah. $11.4 million Tonsley hydrogen cracker is crackers.
Well, yeah.
Why is it crackers?
It's very expensive, and basically, if you're a private company and you want to build a hydrogen making machine, that's fine, but the state government here in South Australia has given $4.9 million to a project which has negative environmental benefit and will never pay for itself.
Complete waste of taxpayers' money. Now,
Yeah.
The really nutty thing about this is the plan to inject hydrogen into the gas mains, if you ask me.
Well, that's the whole point of the project.
Yeah. I mean, it's just stupid. It's just like it's like trying to appease the renewable haters by going, no, we can use renewables to kind of push more gas through the system.
Yes, in Tonsley, 1.4% of the energy value of the gas will be hydrogen.
Why
4%.
bother?
If you want to push it, you can go to 3%, but you can't go much beyond that before you have to totally replace all the pipes and replace all the gas burning equipment in people's homes, because otherwise it will be too dangerous to use the hydrogen. Now, you might hear a figure of 5%. That's the volume of gas, not the energy content.
Do you think the politicians that approve spending all our money on this understand physics?
No, but surely one of them must have a kid who does.
Yeah.
You know, surely they could say, I don't understand this, but, Myrtle, could you tell me if this makes sense?
Just look at the efficiencies, which you would think wasn't a difficult concept to grasp.
No.
Hydrogen it's just never going to make sense. Never going to make sense.
I don't want to come across as Ronald says hydrogen is evil, because, in right situations it can make sense. This situation's not going to pay for itself.
One of the commenters, he's convinced this green hydrogen is just a backdoor for blue hydrogen, and blue hydrogen is actually brown hydrogen.
Yes.
They make it from wet coal and horrifically CO2 intensive.
Oh, yeah.
Alan Finkel, the chief scientist, is a big fan for some reason. A really smart guy. I don't know why he's such a hydrogen fanboy.
What was the future in the past is always the future for old people. Back in the 70s,
good point.
People, they had the oil shocks. Hydrogen was an exciting idea. They said, "Oh, we don't need oil. We can run cars off hydrogen." Lots of people were enthusiastic about it, and they haven't changed since then. It's become a fossil idea, a fossil fuel idea.
Well, let's end.
Yes.
With our Koi neighbours. They have a 90% renewable energy target.
Ooh, that's good.
84% of electricity consumed in the country came from renewable energy sources in 2018. And none of that was from hydrogen.
Well, yeah, no. Hydrogen is a store of energy. You can't get energy out of it.
The technologies exist, right? It was hydro, it was wind, it was geothermal. They have a lot of geothermal.
Yes.
And that bee's dick was solar.
Yes.
There's something like 70 megawatts of solar in the whole of New Zealand.
Yeah, but that will take off. But they have problems because not as sunny as Australia, and the solar industry is far smaller. But at some point they're going to go, hey, this really pays for itself. Let's put it on our roofs.
Did you know I tried to start SolarQuotes.co.nz about 8 years ago?
Actually, yes, but I'm going to pretend I didn't. How did that go?
It was like such a small market. I wasn't familiar with the installers. I couldn't vet them properly. If you're not in the country and you're not in the industry, you just can't do a good job of lead generation or educating people on the market. So I very quickly licked my wounds, lost a heap of money, and moved out of SolarQuotes.co.nz. Still got the URL though. Tiny little market. Anything else you want to say about New Zealand?
Good work, New Zealand. 13% of electricity goes to one aluminium smelter.
That's amazing. You're going to Clean Energy Council All Energy next week.
Yes, that's right.
Well, this week by the time people see this.
Damn, all the ninjas will be ready for me now.
Watch out for him.